Hi, good morning, everyone. It's Louisa. It is Tuesday, and hope you guys all have a great day trading today. I haven't had a chance to go through my chart this morning yet. I've been out with my dog, and that's my first priority every morning. It gets my head in the right place, and get some exercise, and then settle into my chart. So I'm going to go through and set up my chart this morning. I'm going to share that with you, and then after that, I'm going to pause it until about 9:25, and we'll see where the day takes us. I've got my trusty cappuccino with me. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to start on the daily. And I'm going to show you basically what I have on my chart every morning. I set up my chart the same every morning, and at the end of day I reorganize my charts, and then I reorganize them again in the morning depending on the price range of the overnight. Okay, so on the daily here we can see that this is yesterday's candle. And so we are on the sell side of the model. This is the buy side. We're on the sell side here. So we'll be looking for likely sells this morning. So we're on the sell side. Here we have, I've put this imbalance in on this daily, so you can see we have a fair value gap. Here's the first candle, here's the second candle, and here's the third candle. And I'm also going to put this imbalance in, and D is for daily. Okay, we're going to put Monday's high and low in. So this is previous day high, and I always put the day in so that I just don't forget that I've done it. Previous day low. Let's just take a look at that. Previous day low is here. So that's the previous day high and low for Monday. We can see here overnight that price opened up. This was its high this morning. It's come down to make a low, and then it's moved up, and this is where price currently is. This here is our daily break of structure to the downside. So when price broke here, we have change in character, or break of structure, whatever phrase that you use. I tend to use change of character, but sometimes I use them interchangeably. I think it should be change of character. Okay. Then we're going to get to the pre-session highs and lows. Let's go down to the 4 hour. Let's take a look. For now, I'm going to turn off the new day opening gap and new week opening gap. You can use an indicator for that. I used to draw them in by hand, but it is a little faster if you use the indicator. The indicator, I think, is the one that's used by ICT, and it's the new day NDOG and NWOG by Fadi, F-A-D-I. I think he's the one that ICT uses and mentioned, and that's why I'm using that one. So I'm going to take out anything maybe from yesterday that no longer applies. I'm going to take out these fair value gaps. What is this? So we're on the 4 hour, and I'm looking for any imbalances, areas of liquidity, And anything that may be old and still on my chart, we go down to the 1 hour. Take out this hourly, take this out, take that out. Okay, I'm gonna go to the 1 minute, and I'm gonna put in my session high and lows and also mark in the midnight and take a look to see if price has been above or below midnight. So put in our vertical lines. Midnight. And then I draw on a horizontal line so that I can see price midnight at midnight. That's what I call it, midnight at midnight. And if you have these on your chart, these sessions, it'll just tell you the true day opening is here. And that is our midnight first candle that's opened. So here, I like to take a look after midnight. I want to see where price has been for the majority of time. So price was above midnight. We want to sell above midnight and buy below midnight. So we were above midnight for a little while. Then London came all the way down. We had 3 touches for London, and then we've swept London and we've come back up and above midnight, and then we're just dropping down through midnight. And this is on the 1 minute. From here, we're going to mark our highs and lows. London, London high, and then we're going to put in London low. And I'm going to do the same for Asia. I'm going to mark Asia high, Asia low. Asia high, Asia low. And then from 4 o'clock till 9:30, that's my pre-market session. So I'm going to mark in here my 4 a.m. and my 9:30. And that's market open. We're going to take a look. Don't think we have any news today. Yes, we do. We have consumer confidence at 10 a.m. So I'm going to mark that on the chart. 10 a.m. I don't want to be in a trade when red folder news unfolds. So this is consumer confidence news. I'll just make this red just so that I can see it. And that's at 10 a.m. Okay. All right then, we need pre-market high and low. So this is our pre-market low. Pre-market low. Pre-market high, just take the high of the from 4 a.m. till 9:30. And that's the high. Okay. On the 1 hour, I'm going to just look for higher levels of liquidity on the 1 hour and 4 hour. Take this out. All my main levels looks like I've accounted for. Like here's an area of liquidity. These are equal highs. And I've got that as my previous day high on Monday. This area here, pre-market high and Asia high, is an area of liquidity on the higher time frame. Pre-market low is an area of liquidity. Let's go down to the 15-minute. We had consolidation through Asia, dropped into London, swept the lows, and we're now sweeping the highs of London, and we've dropped. I'm going to put this area in here. It's an area of liquidity on the 15-minute. What I like to do is I like to put the time in on my line or in my rectangle box so that I know if that is representative of a higher time frame or a lower time frame. So this I'm marking as my buy side. And I'm just putting a 15 because I'm on the 15-minute. So that's my higher time frame buy side. I'm going to see what we have below us, just in case price wants to continue moving down. So again, I've moved back to the hour. And I'm going to mark in a few things of interest to me, a few points of interest to me. This is an hourly swing low, so I know that there's liquidity below that, and I'm going to mark the same for this area here and our daily low here. I'm going to change this to buy side on the hourly. And also because there's a good chance that price may go lower, not guaranteed, I want to mark in any fair value gaps that are on the higher time frame. So I'm going to pull in some of those, starting from here. So we've got price, we've got price around here. I want to put one more hourly swing low in. Again, these are points of interest to me. And then on the hourly, let's put in our fair value gaps because price is going to want to fill those areas of imbalance. So put this in. This is a BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. And I mark that in green, and we can just extend that right. Again, I'm just going to put that we're on the 1 hour. So I know that these are the higher time frames. The higher time frames are more meaningful than the lower time frames. And that just gives me a little bit of context to if price possibly wants to go lower, you know, these are some areas that price may be drawn to. And let's just drop on to the 5 minute time frame here. I'll show you what the indicator looks like for the new day opening gap and the new week opening gap. So if I just go up here to my indicators and I'm going to turn it on. So here is an area of new day opening gap. This again, the indicator is by Fadi, F-A-D-I. And I like that he puts the date in of the low and the high for each low and high of the new day opening gap or the new week opening gap. So these are areas that liquidity resides in. Price is drawn to these areas and the algorithm will bring price back to these areas. So let's look down here and see what we've got. Got a new week opening gap down here. We're in it, new week opening gap. That is from February 2nd. I'm not sure you can see, this is very small font, but February 2nd is the low. And then up here we have February 2nd is the high. So this whole area, we are inside a new week opening gap. Okay, so it's 9/11. It's kind of where we are. We have liquidity, strong liquidity above and below Asia. Asia's function is to engineer liquidity. So those are always areas. I think it's a bit loud. I have my window open. I'm going to close it because you can probably hear it's raining and cars are going by. Tell you, we had more snow in the past 10 days than we had all winter last winter. So now temperatures have come up. Everything, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Everything is melting. And it's just kind of crazyville. I want to drop a couple fair value gaps that are meaningful up here. This is a SIBI. And of course I have everything on templates because it just makes it faster. And this is a 15-minute SIBI. I'm just going to draw this across. So if price wants to go above Asia or high of the morning so far, you know, this is still a gap here that that is an imbalance. And then above here on the 15-minute, price is the balanced price range. Okay, so that's how I set up my chart. Honestly, if I were just here by myself doing it without talking through it, you know, it would take me about, well, it's no more than 10 minutes. And I tend to do this, I recheck it for the afternoon session, although I try not to trade in the afternoon session. And then, one important thing that we forgot to do is we're going to go to regular trading hours, and I'm going to click on the 1 minute time frame, and I need to put on my chart the closing price at 414 yesterday. Let's just see what we have here. Here we go, settlement price. So down here you can see RTH, so that's regular trading hours, and then we have electronic trading hours. I always trade on electronic trading hours because that gives me everything from the overnight and then during the day. But if you just look in the regular trading hours, it looks different because regular trading hours price stopped at 414. Well, it stops around 5 p.m., but significant for ICT is 414. So I'm on the regular trading hours, I'm on the 1 minute, and I'm going to take the settlement price that I had on there from every day, and I want to mark where price closed yesterday, what the closing price was. So we've got this candle, we've got an open, and here is our close. And I'm just going to call this settlement 414 on Monday. And this is on my chart all the time. It's a significant area. Algorithm likes to rebalance and reprice there. So I'm going to switch back to electronic trading hours so you can see my chart looks different. It has more data on it, more information on it from the overnight and here's our settlement price. The way that we use settlement price is I will draw in our opening range gap. So that means where price stopped or settled at 414 yesterday afternoon, and where price opens up this morning, that is our opening range gap. And it's either a premium opening range gap or a discount opening range gap. If price is above opening range gap, then it's a premium gap, and if it opens below the gap, then it's a discount. So I just throw that on here for now. Obviously we have 15 minutes until the market opens, so I'm just roughly, gonna throw it on here. I'll tighten it up after. Opening range gap, and I like to put the day on here, so that's Tuesday, February 25. And the reason I do that is, let's say price doesn't touch the opening range gap today, maybe price just falls. I keep this on my chart because price will come back on another day. Who knows when? It could be the next day, it could be the end of week, it could be like a month later. But these opening range gaps, again, are an area on your chart where price is attracted to, and is an area of imbalance. So price will want to revisit that area. And I'll just, this will bounce up and down until 9:30, so I just keep moving it to just get it as accurate as possible. Okay then, so for now what I'm going to do is just pause the video. That is the session on how I mark out my charts. I mark out my charts the same way every single day, and I'm sure you've got some method to your madness of how you mark up your charts, what works, what doesn't work, what information is too much information, what isn't enough information, and you'll settle on something that works for you. So for now I'm going to pause. I'm going to come back at about 9:25, and from there we'll watch the market, see if there's a trade this morning or not. I never feel pressure to take a trade. There's either a trade or there's not a trade, but I'm not going to force anything. So okay then, I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay everyone, I'm back. It's 9:25 a.m. so we have 5 minutes before the market opens. Price has started to drop. Pre-market. This is an area of liquidity because we have equal lows here on the 1 minute. I'm on the 1 minute chart, and I've got ES up over here as well, just so we can keep an eye on what's happening. It's 9:27. I know I mentioned this before, but I gave up coffee. I gave up caffeine about a year and a half ago, maybe more than a year and a half ago. And it was the best thing I ever did. It was so hard to give up caffeine. You just don't realize how addictive it is until you try and give it up. And then, the headaches are incredible, and you actually can just feel kind of sick. But giving up caffeine was seriously the best thing I ever did. It just calmed my brain down, and it really helped with my trading, because when I come to the charts, I don't want to feel anxious. I don't want my heart racing. I want to feel relaxed. I want to feel like I'm in control of my emotions. And I just find that caffeine just gets you, or gets me anyway, really in a heightened state of activity. You know, I don't know what a brain scan looks like after a brain has had caffeine, but it's probably not good. So, and just think of all the things that caffeine is in, right? Like chocolate, cola, any of those types of things. I don't eat any of those things. I never drink pop. I'm pretty health conscious. I'm going to do some videos on some of the routines that I follow in terms of diet, just to support my body in athletics and through training. So lots of sleep, good nutrition, no caffeine, no alcohol, and what else? Those are like, oh, I'm also carnivore, so I mostly only eat meat, like animal products. So I know that sounds kind of weird. I thought it was weird when I first heard about it too, but okay, so 9:29, the market's open in 1 minute. I'll probably get a little quiet as I'm looking for my trade, so I'm going to turn my microphone off and just kind of focus on my first and hopefully only trade for this morning. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you get any value out of this, and also let me know what else you might put on your charts that if you could share with the rest of us that you have found useful for your style of trading. That would be terrific if you could share that with us. Okay, so I'm going to get quiet now. I oh, okay, we're done. So guys, that's the end of the stream this morning. I took 2 trades. I took losses on both of them, and that's my rule, is 2 trades per day. So anyway, news is coming out at 10 o'clock, and that's it for me today, and I'll be back tomorrow morning. Okay, everyone have a great day. Bye for now.